Hi guys, Blake here today, Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina, Lake Taneycomo, Branson, Missouri. It is, wow, that's convenient. There we go. It is Friday the 13th of September. And I'm going to do the one cast for you today. Today I'm using one of our 50th ounce Lilley's black jigs under the Oros indicator to start off with, at least. I've got that set just a little bit under 8 foot deep, maybe 7'9" if I had to be really specific. It might be a little deeper than that, I don't know. I actually might have to shallow it up here in this specific spot. Currently we are just right above where the Sasquatch statue is over there on the other side on the south bank, fishing the bluff. Pretty rainy. Well, it's been not raining hard, but lightly raining since yesterday evening. All right, no fish on the first cast. The rod I'm using today is a TFO 6-weight 9-foot. I believe we carry this one in the shop. This is the TICRX. I might have it set too deep. Let's just go a touch shallower. I'll go to about 7 foot here. Oh, fly reels are not supposed to make that noise. Seeing fish all over the surface here. They're at least coming up and hitting the surface. I don't know if they're staying on surface or if they're diving back down after that. I know yesterday was slightly odd. I went bass fishing for a little bit for myself after work down the lake, and on my way back up, the water was running, but I saw just this huge line of fish surfacing, and so I took a little 50th ounce black jig and put it about 2 foot deep and started fishing up the center of the lake from the fish house to the bridge, and the fish were biting. and not very deep in the running water. It was another overcast day like it is now. I think it started misting about the time I got done fishing yesterday, or raining. Water today, they're only supposed to run it for like 4 hours, from 3 to 7. I'm kind of hoping they don't run it. I've got a night fishing trip tonight, and I think the fish would be a lot happier if they just left it off the whole time. I'm just gonna leave that jig out there and see if it gets a bite, but I'm gonna try working a 25th ounce black jig, just a couple feet under the surface here, and see if those fish are just a little bit closer to the top. Something about those rainy days, sometimes the fish will sit a lot closer to the surface than you think they are. This setup I'm using here is the TFO trout panfish 6'6" lightweight rod, 3-pound Suffix nano braid, and a 2-pound leader. I don't know what brand I put on there. It honestly didn't even have a label. I just know it was 2-pound. Let's try taking one all the way down to the bottom. I know it's about 8 or so foot deep out there, so I waited just about 8 or 9 seconds before I started my retrieve. And you would think of all days for a fish to be active and biting, it would be today, but unfortunately those conditions on the outside don't change the oxygen levels in the water too much. It's supposed to stay cloudy like this all the way till almost noon tomorrow. I think a little bit of chop could help the bite, but man, it just, not even a nibble so far. I just saw a fish right under the surface. Well, if I could see a few more of those, maybe I do have a pink power worm with me as well. Let's sit, maybe 3 foot deep. Guess we could try that for a second. To break out the whole arsenal today. That fish was right near the surface. I could see him swimming. Oh, there's one. Oh, he jumped up and threw it. Okay, all right. Might be onto something now. Question is it the pink power worm that got the bite, or is it just the depth setting? Because it is a perfect day for a black jig. We'll see if I can get a fish in the boat with the pink power worm, and we'll try putting the jig underneath at only 3 foot deep. All the different variables in trout fishing, but what I can say though, well, at least the last few rainy days I've seen, the fish were definitely more near the surface than they were down by the bottom. Let's make sure that fish didn't pull my pink power worm down. Nope. Spin the boat around and throw a couple out towards the center of the lake, because if they're up shallow like that, they may not necessarily be on the deep side. Yeah, I'm seeing, now that I turned around, I'm seeing 2 fish surface over here. just do full circles around the boat casting here. See if anything comes about of it. Another thing to remember when you're fishing with the water off, don't get stuck in one spot. Keep moving. If something doesn't happen in 10 casts, you need to change something. Either your fly, your depth, or your location. There's some wind, come on. Oh, yes. Oh. Gosh, darn it. We had just a little bit of wind and I had a bite. All right, there's two missed. Doing good. let that one set for a second. I really think that they might bite the black jig better. It doesn't. These fish are right near the surface, once again. And the fly rod, when it lands this tiny little indicator and fly, doesn't make as much of a disturbance right where those fish are at. Because I've got a school right here in front of me, and I think that when that big weighted indicator lands, it's spooking them. Ow. Well, I had a school of 6 or 7 fish that are sucking the surface, but I don't see any of them anymore. Oh my goodness. There was one on the jig. Well, this might be a one cast of missed fish today. There's 3 opportunities missed. Oh. There's another bite on the black jig. You know it's getting desperate when I'm trying to work 2 rods at once. Well, what I can say for certain is that fishing deep was not the answer today. So if I had more time to stay out here and play with this today, I'm sure I could land a few of them. But well, shoot. I guess it is going to be an episode of Miss Fish today. But we thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll be back again tomorrow.